Welcome to Cutting Down the Nets, December 8th. Video coming out a little earlier today to give you access to better lines, just a little more time to prep. Let's cut right to it. Profitable day yesterday, bringing the season to 195, 145, and 7. Some hits. Let's just look at our history here. Nova got there late. Oklahoma got crushed on the boards, blew a 13-point lead. DePaul Cruz. Earlier yesterday, I said if Baylor or Nova were shooting 41% from three over 25 games, I would believe it. But I didn't believe it after like 7 UMass games. And then they started the game like 6 out of 8 from three, just torching. That's kind of funny. Texas Tech survived overtime. Jacksonville did not get it done. Despite some late heroics to try and close the gap there. Oakland did not get it done. And overall, 4-3 day, which I'm fine with. Profitable. We will move on. So again, our process here is to run our efficiency model. I'm looking at just the games played this year. There's not really any anchoring to preseason expectations. I develop a pool of games that I would consider, and then I narrow that down looking for reasons not to bet those games, and then just place the wager. So let's get to it. I'm going to go game by game on the slate and show you my pool. And I think we avoided some landmines yesterday with some, I don't know, smart thoughts about just bad spots and things like that. So hopefully we can do the same today. When it comes to betting, here's the deal. You place a bet, and if you're unsure about it, if the game starts out bad, you're like, I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. If it starts out good, like, oh, I should have hammered that. It's just the way it goes. Don't live in a world of FOMO. Do your own research. Feel confident about what you're betting. If there's certain scenarios you don't like, heavy road favorites, things like that, just personally choose to sit them out. Avoid the FOMO. Don't worry about it. Lock in your bets and trust your process. So let's go game by game. First one on my list in the pool is UConn and West Virginia. UConn's dealing with some injuries. That will create more minutes for the freshman Hawkins. Here's what I think is possible, though. The line is currently, I believe, 3. I think that can climb as people triple and quadruple count the injury as it gets closer to tip. People will be researching the games and then see like UConn without both Tyrese Martin and Adam Snago, and it's like, yeah, that's already been accounted for, but people will react on that news even though it's not news, and I just think we might be able to get a better number there. So I'm going to monitor that one. If it went short of a possession, I just sit it out, but I think it could climb. Fun to watch. Okay. Next one in the pool would be Michigan State, Minnesota. This is a data play, but Minnesota's three-point defense has been hot. Now, that's not certainly part of an Izzo offense, is shooting lots of three, but Michigan State has a rebound edge. What I'm most concerned about is the shot selection from Minnesota. They take a lot of jumpers, and I don't think that is smart against an Izzo defense. That offense has been struggling, but defense is strong right now. So I'm just going to sit that one out, but I'll pay attention to it just in case. Next up, Utah and TCU. Low variance game. These teams don't chuck a lot of threes. They're consistent profiles, so I like that about the game. We are getting Utah as a dog, which I did not know was possible when I researched these games last night. This is a semi-home for TCU. It's being played in Fort Worth, but not at their home gym. So I, on a neutral court, had Utah by 4. So I basically cut their home court advantage in half, TCU's home court advantage in half. So if it was a true neutral, which you could argue that this is, I'm not, I'd have Utah by 4. If this was a true road game, I'd still have Utah winning. So I will take the points there, and I think that is at 3 right now as well. Hofstra, high variance game. Both teams will shoot a lot of threes, but Hofstra shows up as a play, and that's despite getting beat from deep currently. So that is something I am interested in. I will be monitoring that game. Considered Seattle UNLV. Seattle on fire from deep. Shoot lots of threes. They've been making lots of threes. It's just not enough for me to want to pull the trigger there. New Hampshire versus Bryant. New Hampshire plays super slow, Bryant super fast. My hope is that New Hampshire will control the pace and force some jump shots. If Bryant controls the pace, not likely to win this bet, I don't think, even though it is a strong data play. So I'm on New Hampshire. I'm playing it, but I need New Hampshire to be in control of that. Wofford Gardner's interesting. I have Gardner Webb favored, but again, high variance game, and I fear Wofford. I just do. So being careful there. It's on the radar. Something to note. Mark Madsen's Utah Valley put themselves on the map with the win over BYU. Many forget that the game before they went to OT with Denver, who is a bottom team. I mean, 320th or something like that. So they're grinders. Data has them favored. A lot of that's from strong performance against BYU. I don't know. I just think it's a bad spot. They've had a week to hear about how good they are. I do think they're a decent team. I don't know. Just going to likely sit that one out as well. Fresno State, San Francisco. Fresno State's had a little bit of 3-point luck, and I just respect the Dons, so I'm going to sit that one out. But my model did like Fresno State within 5 points where the line is 10. Jacksonville State VCU. Oof, this is tough. I would put this as more of a yellow. That's something I need to monitor. There's not much of a difference here in 8.5 to 5.5, but I don't know if that VCU offense is efficient enough in a game like this. I want a little more points, I guess, but VCU has been in the 300th range for offense, but number one in defense. So can Jacksonville State score enough points? I don't know. 3 possessions I'd be interested in, and you'll see if it shows up on BetStamp, I guess. UMBC and Georgetown, both these teams have been super erratic. Performances all across the board, so a lot of risk there. But I'm gonna go there. I'll take more than 2 possessions. Georgetown has been beatable, and I think we get some name recognition there in the line. It's possible it goes up a little bit, so I'm not in a hurry to bet that game. Wagner at Penn State. Something to note here, data has Wagner by 5 points. Obviously, the market doesn't agree, but the market does have it at 9, where Torvik and KenPom are lighter. I have Wagner favored, but the main reason is Wagner's only played 4 games. So you're dealing with a little bit of a leap of faith here, but this will be a grinder as well. And I'll take a Penn State opponent in a 3-possession grinder all day. Looked at Quinnipiac and Dartmouth, 2 rough teams, but slight edge to Dartmouth there. I thought we'd get a square number here. Towson in Ohio State. Was really hoping for like a 17.5, 18 or something like that, but at 15, not enough there for me to go there. Rio Grande Valley and Corpus Christi, just inconsistent, bad teams. I don't know. Slight edge. St. Joe's, pass. San Diego State and Fullerton, that's a grinder. So at 13 points, that's a big ask of San Diego State's offense. So I'll take a look at that. But as usual, when you're betting dogs, you can typically wait. So I'll monitor that one. Air Force Montana is going to be super slow, but we're going to need Air Force to make a few threes. But in a low possession game, threes will make a huge difference. So I'm monitoring that one as well. Sitting out the orange ones here, Coppin State, George Washington. Nah, nah, nah. Here's a fun one though. McNeese State and Lafayette. Fast and sloppy. Made them extra sloppy for you. Sloppy Joe. Both teams super fast. Don't take care of the ball. Just messes. So it's just kind of interesting, but I'm not gonna go there. Uh, Loyola, Maryland at St. Bonnie. Yeah, that's a pass. South Dakota State, Idaho. So something to note here. South Dakota State's played a really strong schedule, and this is the first like awful team they get. I put in here. I'm not in the business of big road faves, but I don't know. I'm intrigued by this. Something to watch. I think it's a fun game, and South Dakota State, legitimately strong basketball team so far this year. Rest ones. I mean, we're just dealing with potential opportunities here, and I'll tell you why I'm not going there. So Cal by 12, I like Cal more, but just not enough possessions. I need the game to be faster for me to lay the points. Same with Drake and Nebraska Omaha, and same with Holy Cross Fairfield. Now Central Michigan is a team to target against. I just don't think are they still the Penguins? Youngstown State, the Penguins. Uh, I don't know. I'll find my spots against Central Michigan in some action midweek, but yeah, not here at the Penguins. So that's the pool for today. I like some more than others, but ultimately where I'm at is top tier would be Utah, Wagner, UMBC, and New Hampshire. I am looking into UConn, Hofstra, Air Force, Cal State Fullerton, and South Dakota State. More of a monitoring situation for South Dakota State, but I don't know. Sometimes you just get the itch, pull the trigger, and fire the cannons on something. So I would also consider the VCU Jacksonville State game with Jacksonville State getting, I don't know, maybe at least 8.5 would be enough. So something to consider. So that's it for today. Thank you for stopping by, cutting down the nets. All the bets will be on Bet Stamp, so it's easy to see what I played, when I played it, and at which numbers. And if I got the itch to pull the trigger on some Jackrabbit action. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by.